Okay, wala na pala yan, kanina na lang. Okay. When you are buffeted for your faults, you shall take it patiently. Okay, but sometimes, wala ka man mistake, pero kuwan ka, take it patiently. Okay? Christ also suffered for us, and He is our example. Okay? Thank you. I hope it will help us this week as we meet against irritations. Let's react to that. Thank you.
We will now open our Bibles to Romans chapter 12. We will read verses 1 to 8. I request everyone to please rise. Romans chapter 8. Uh, Romans chapter 12, verses 1 to 8. I will read the first verse, then we follow the next verse. Um, I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. For by the grace given to me, I say to everyone among you not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think with sober judgment, each according to the measure of faith that God has assigned. So we, though many, are one body in Christ, and individually members one of another.
Having the grace to pray according to the grace given to us, let us not neglect what is prophesied according to the faith.
With service in our serving, the one who teaches in his teaching. Altogether,
The one that exhorted and exhortation and all that
Shall we pray? Lord, thank you for your word that gives us very important reminder and refinement of what we already know from Romans 12 about our spiritual gifts. So speak to us tonight so that we'll be able to review this for the new year and live this out in our lives. To use your servant to meet our spiritual needs. In Jesus' name, amen. Please be seated. Pamila sa sa kaluwet before I go sa message.
Mother, daughter, simple song that we I'd rather have Jesus than silver or gold. I'd rather be here than average and untold. I'd rather have Jesus than houses or land. I'd rather be led by His pale, fierce hand than to be the king of a vast domain, or be held in sin's restraint. I'd rather have Jesus than anything this world affords today. I'd rather Jesus than lands of loss. I'd rather be faithful to His dear cause. I'd rather have Jesus than worldwide fame. I'd rather be true to His holy name than to be the king of a vast domain, or be held in sin's red sway. I'd rather have Jesus than anything these worlds afford today. Is fairer than lilies of rarest blue, is sweeter than honey from the comb, is all that my hungering spirit needs. I'd rather have Jesus and let Him lead than to be the king of a vast domain, or be held in secret sway. I'd rather have Jesus than anything these worlds afford today. This world affords today.
That's a very beautiful reminder, Sato. So we continue our study for the month of January concerning our faith for the month, our unchanging faith in a changing world. So that it reminds us we never change. Let this world change, but our faith and our living for the Lord will continue. Remember this morning we talked about our work to the end. So the work that the Lord has given us never changes. Go by God's authority. Remember, we took that up this morning, Matthew 28, 18 to 20. Go and make disciples. That's the work of everybody. And we do it with love and concern and joy. And then we said about go and teach. So I told you winning a soul maybe is 10 to 20% of our work for the Lord. But to make that soul grow will take a lifetime. That means about 80% of our time will be used in making souls grow. That includes ourselves. And then we also studied go for the Lord who is with us. The Lord said, I am with you always to the end of the age. So we are now living in this ending of the age, and the Lord is still with us. Now we open closely Romans 12, entitled our message this evening, our unchanging assignment. That Romans 12, ang ato assignment, wala na change. So what did the Lord say there? Beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of God, you present yourselves as a living sacrifice. So, every Christian has a spiritual gift for spiritual service. And very clearly spoken here, Sir Romans 12. I hope you could memorize that, or you could still remember. If you cannot, you review that mistake. And then what do? You present your bodies as a living sacrifice, acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service. That's why very reasonable, very acceptable. If we don't do that, that means we are not acceptable before the Lord as His children. And this is God's pleasing and perfect and good will. So each of us has a spiritual gift according to the gift that the Lord has given us. And that is what we have read a while ago. Uh, Here in verse 6, he having the gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, let us use them. So here are the gifts. There are 8 of them and 7 of them. And let us repeat this. We have studied this years ago. And so we will repeat the spiritual gifts in other words. Dapat ang kada Christian, at sa Christian, may isa siya ka spiritual gift. Do you have your spiritual gift? Do you know what it is? Have you identified it in your life? Are you using it? The number one here, pointed out here, whether let us use them in prophecy. Let us prophesy in proportion to our faith. Now the gift of prophecy, what is that? Is the gift of speaking for somebody or it's speaking the word of God that it does not mean predict the future, that we are not prophets. And prophets, niyan, to. Karoon we are prophesying in the sense that we are speaking the word of God to people. And so, whatever we speak, the Lord uses it so that we can speak His word to meet the needs of people. It is the speak of publicly proclaiming the word of God. So there are Christians who are very good in that, in making a message, making a presentation to people, uh, the the word of God in agreement with our faith and what we have to live. So maybe you have a gift of prophecy in that meaning. I hope you discover that and you will develop that. Second gift that is mentioned here is the gift of serving here in verse 7. Or it says here in ministry. Let us use our ministry. Now serving or ministering means uh, it's just like the word deacon or deaconess. That's other parts of the New Testament. It is those who serve similar to the gift of helps. So when you are serving, you are helping, like sweeping the floor, arranging the chairs, and decorating the open. So every some Christians do have this gift. In fact, there are many with this gift, and many of you with this gift are helping here in the church every weekend in our church for worship. And so every kind of practical help that you're willing to do for the Lord. Of course, when you do that lovingly with no pride or expectation to be given compensation for that. It's a gift of service. And I praise the Lord for you who are doing that every week here in church. Number 3, so the gift of prophecy, or the skill of publicly proclaiming the word of God, and the gift of service, or doing any ministry to help activities here, practical activities, practical help in the activities here in church. Number 3, teaching. You don't have to be a teacher to have the gift of teaching, but people do, Christians do have the gift of teaching, the ability to interpret with clarity and systematize and explain God's truth clearly. So don't be sa ato mga Sunday school teachers. They explain the word very clearly, they illustrate it, they give a very clear outline, and they give you good assignments. So that is the ministry of teaching. And on Sunday evening, we review for every class of lessons. That's part of the ministry of teaching, which we continue to do because the Lord wants us to do that. And so, when we are mature, we we usually teach others, and we enjoy it and gives us contentment and usefulness uh, of the allotted to know. And so I hope you will later on when you have that gift, you follow volunteer to teach at Sunday school or some like club, and the Lord will really bless you and give you joy. Number four gift is the gift of exhortation. This is the gift to effectively call others to obey and follow God's truth. So when you exhort, maayo ka maglayga iba. And sometimes negatively, to advise, to rebuke a Christian na may sayop siya, or positively to encourage, comfort, and strengthen the struggling believers so that they will grow more in the Lord. This is the gift of exhortation. So maybe, nas, nabati mo nga mo ng imong gift. So allow the Lord to use you because it's a wonderful gift. And so that's number four. Now number five, the gift of giving or the gift to give. What is that? That means it denotes sacrificial sharing of one's resources and self to meet the needs of others. Now, this gift is not connected with tithing. Huh? Tithing is not a gift of giving. Tithing is a requirement for every Christian. But people or Christians who have the gift of giving, they have a heart to always help people. Sometimes they have money, sometimes they don't have money, but they are good in raising funds so that it will be helped some needs insurance or individual Christians. And with liberality and simplicity. Yes, gusto nga so, kasi ito, kasi siya na yung naghatag, mga hindi ka po, may ginhatag, mga dili na sila ang very humble ang yung paghatag, and single-mindedness, and open-hearted generosity, and with a proper attitude for thanking God and personal recognition. They don't expect that at all, but only to glorify God. So maybe that is your gift. Ngayon ka, Pastor, meron na ako. Oh, that's wonderful. So that you know how to give willingly, without pride, and always. Number six, the gift to lead or leading. What is this? To stand before, like leader is always starting before, di ba? So there are people who have, they are very good in, another word for this in the Bible is administration. May sila mag-administer, wala managerial type ang ilalagay. And the Lord gives this to some Christians. So that it's like a person who steers the ship, the gift of leadership. So lead the home. This man is very good in leading the home. Of course, ang father should lead his home. But there are those with the gift of leadership. Mas maayon pag sila dun sa uban nga wala tingali. And most important is lead the church. And the Lord wants people who have been chosen to lead the church. Maybe that you have been elected deacon because you have the gift of leadership. You have been elected one of the leaders sa board because you have the gift of leadership. And so the church needs leaders with this kind of gift. But the gift is limited to the leaders. But so many leaders are given to the church by the Lord. Eh, kung sobrang talaga ng leader, maginapo mo na sila, mag-away mo na sila, di ba? Dapat kilala na mo ang leader. Ha? Pag yan naman, whatever gift you have, there is some kind of leadership to that also. Like, let's say, you have the gift of prophecy. So there are prophets or preachers who lead. Chairman sila sa group of pastors. So, may gift sila. And then, leadership for service. Ang mga leadership sa church, may chairman, di ba? Ako na siya ang nila. So, hindi ata ng chairman, di ba? Silang away sila niya. Dapat isa lang or duha lang natin. exhortation, mao gyapon. So leadership is a very important gift, and even Paul does not have the gift of leadership. Ang gift ni Paul, is uh, teaching. Ang gift ni Paul. That's why ang iyang ang iyang writing niya, puro teaching. So, lahi ang iyang gift. Sometimes we think sikat din siya, but so you do not have to, wala sa seven gifts ani, wala sa isa na gift niyang sikat yun na yung ako hindi ang gusto ko mag-leader, ako hindi ang gusto mo mag-teacher, kay mo hindi ang sikat, no? Wala yung sikat sa spiritual gifts, everyone equal and everyone does his part. And number 7 pa, the gift of showing mercy. What is this? The one who shows mercy or sympathy and sensitivity to those who are suffering and sorrowful. Ano nga Christian ko nung nakita itong naman may namatay, una dito sa may namatay ito. Sa hospital, una dito siya bisita. So mga na siya yung mga gift of mercy. And then kinsa ito naghilak siya. So mga na si mercy, very merciful. So very nice niya yung gift. Importante din siya sa church overall. Okay, para namin naabit niya na always very sympathetic. Ito lang importante. And so frequently accomplishes the gift of exhortation. Kung nag-merciful siya, exhort siya also para na ma-comfort ang person na ginagawa niya sa comfort. Pero most of the time, kaya pag-lecture sabi na merciful niya, dapat may siya, may cheerfulness. Hindi man tayo merciful kasi ikaw lang hindi sila. Dapat merciful ka, may cheerfulness ka, para ma-cheer up mo ang person nga, hindi mo gina-comfort. Di ba? So kung na gusto din sa iyo mo, pangahimo na ito. And that dapat ang atong merciful, genuine din na siya. Dili nga na, susel na natong tao, gusto ko merciful, kaya ganahan kita, kung di na ito ganahan, hindi na kita gusto mag-merciful. Gusto sa Ginoo nga, sa tanan yung members of God. So these are the 7 gifts of the Spirit given to each individual Christian. Have you identified one that is yours? And have you developed it? And are you allowing yourself to be used in the Lord according to your gift? Because you see, when you allow yourself to be used sa dili mo gift, problema. Or you have the gift of teaching, kung gusto mo maging leader ka. So, problema. Eh, dili mo gift ang leadership, kung gusto mo mag-lead. So, you do not have the skill and you do not have the love to be a leader. Kaya, tao may gift of leadership, wala siya create problema. Kaya sa Lord, sa tanan, wala siya create problema. Kung hindi mo mag-gift, dili leadership, kung gusto mo mag-leader, problema. Kaya hindi ka nang i-give sa imo. So, instead nga, makatabang ka, makahelp ka. So, each Christian, as we start this year, you ask, Lord, ano ako gift? And help me to use that in development. Though, we learn later on, once you have identified your gift, you do everything from that standpoint. But it also means that later on, when you mature as a Christian, the only other gift now develop in you. The same you give the teaching. Or later on, nag-develop ba ng teaching? No? Kaya usually ang teacher, you will mag-teach later on, BCC pa to, or wala time pa to. Pwede sa ka maka-preach, or ang imong gift exhortation. Pero sometimes wala mag-arrange ng mga chair, so wala mag-arrange para sa imong service. Okay, mag-arrange ka, so that is, you are not practicing the service, no, ang imong gift niya, exhortation. So that means niya, all that you give, hindi ko na siya, hindi na ako gift. No! As you mature, you practice the other gifts as needed sa church, according to the situation. So, as the new year starts, as you Be reminded of what is your gift and are you using it. You're living your life and serving the Lord according to your gift para hindi ka problema. Kaya naglahat sa mga Christian ng problema kay when they didn't serve from the standpoint of the gift. Now there's another portion I would like to share just briefly with you. This Ephesians chapter 4, just briefly. I will just mention this in passing. Mauni siya, Ephesians chapter 4, verses, I believe, verse 11. What does it say here? Uh, to him, and he himself gave some to be apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers, for the equipment of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ. Now, what is this? This is referred to the gifted men and women to lead the church. Lain ko na yung individual na spiritual gift ko na di Christian. Kini niyang gifted men, mga tao ni sila ng ihatag sa Diyos para mag-fill up sa church. So, ang una din nag-mention niya prophets, apostles and prophets. So today, wala na sa apostles, wala na sa prophets. Apostles, of course. Itong mga disciples ni Christ ba? So 12 of them, nga si Matthias ang nag-take care nag-take the place ni Judas Iscariot. Then may number 13, pagkit niya din-appoint si Apostle Paul ng mga apostles of Jesus Christ. What did they do? They started the church. They gave the teachings about the doctrines of the Lord. So all these apostles were given, most of them were able to write parts of the Bible, the New Testament, and they receive and they declare and write God's word. And today, wala na sa mga apostles. So, but we do have pastors. Now, another one, mga prophets, unsa din sila. So they are people also, together with the apostles, after the apostles died, mga prophets ay happen sa they give God's message for the church to grow and lead. So special commission ang ihatag sa Ginoo sa ila. So together with the apostles, wala na sila. But today, we still have evangelists, and evangelists. There are people who are very good in teaching about soul winning. So, sa church as a whole, may evangelistic program kita. May ato Bible class sa afternoon, sa Sunday. So part na sa ato evangelistic outreach. So it is developing our people and the gift of evangelism, which God wants. So we must always have evangelism. And then, of course, ang number 4 is very important, pastor teacher. One word ba ni siya because the pastor is also a teacher. But not all teachers are pastors. So kung pastor ka, and the Lord has given you the ability to teach all the time. But lahi pabigyan ang position ng pastor. Because the pastor is the man of God to lead the church and to feed the church. And in other important matters sa leadership niya, siya din ang pastor. Siya din ang leader in importance. Though sa daghan ng mga circumstances sa church and activities in the church, he is very good in teaching. Otherwise, the church mag-grow kung hindi mag-teach ang pastor. All the time. All the time. And what is the purpose of this? So here is verse 13. Till we all come to the unity of faith. So ang purpose niya sa mga gifts of men to make the church grow is so that there will be unity in the faith. So hindi yung man of God is put in the church and then instead of unity, may division. Hindi maayon, hindi mo na ang purpose ng in calling people to serve Him. And here, it continues to say here, so that we will all grow to become a perfect man to the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. So aron ko kita mga Christian magtaas kita spiritually like Jesus Christ. And then verse 14, that we should no longer be children, tossed to and fro and carried about by every wind of doctrine. Di kita deceive ba sa dahil different doctrines of men, but we'll be strong in what we believe and what we have learned from the Word of God. And then 15, but speaking the truth in love may grow up in all things into Him who is the head. So that is all the purpose of spiritual men, together with the spiritual gifts that are individually given the Lord, that we have spiritual men to lead the church. Okay? So, this is what I mean by the title of my message tonight. Our unchanging assignments. They do not change until we die or until the Lord comes, and that completes our thoughts. And this morning we talked about our work to the end. Talk about it, go and preach, and go and teach, and I want to be with your way. And as we go and teach, you practice your spiritual gifts, discover it, and then apply it in your everyday life and in the church life. And then, as you do it, learn to respect the people whom God has gifted to lead the church and to follow their lives and their teachings so that the church will grow more and more. So all of these are part of what we have been talking about, our unchanging faith in a changing world. So the world will change, the year will change, but no, ang ating pagtuo, ang ating pagsunod sa Ginoo, never ever changes. I hope all of us will do our part and discover our gifts and allow ourselves to be used in His church. Ngayon ko pa, tama ka pa. Nasaan mo ka mo niya, nasulduhan na mo, mga deacon, ako give. Why? Because God wants you to be happy. Ang tao na walang trabaho is not happy. O ikaw, may trabaho ka, mag-retire ka, ikaw, mag-retire ka na, do you think, happy ka mag-retire ka, wala kang trabaho? Dahil mga tao na-retire na walang trabaho, namatay. Yes. And that includes my father from retire, just 3 years after matay. Now, what to do? It seems that ang atong life is connected with a purpose, with life work. Kung wala naman gani, why? So the Lord knows that, so He will niya. If you're a Christian, He will give you work. Para magkasa di mo kinabuhin mo, at mapuslan ang iyong kinabuhin, then we will glorify Him. So that's the message. So we pray, Lord, thank you for this important cause to remind us about what you have given us to serve you. Maybe we find what is that for each of us, and we will follow the vision. In Jesus' name.